In this video, I explain the philosophy of the self. We will explore what the self is, and the different perspectives on it. The self refers to the idea a person has about themselves. It involves awareness of one's own identity, and recognizing one's personality. Philosophers have pondered for centuries what truly defines the self. It is often described as the I, which is responsible for our thoughts and actions. The self evolves throughout life. Even as a small child, you begin to distinguish yourself from others, and form your own image. During adolescence, this image becomes clearer, and you start to shape your values and beliefs. The experiences you have play a significant role in how you perceive yourself. The self is often shaped by other people. Your family, friends, and society influence how you view yourself. Through conversations and interactions with others, an image of you forms, which you sometimes adopt yourself. This influence can be positive or negative, depending on how you see yourself, and how you respond to others. René Descartes, a famous philosopher, deeply explored the self. He said, "I think, therefore I am." By this he meant that thinking is the only thing one can be certain of. Everything else can be doubted, but one's own thinking proves that one exists. Descartes demonstrated the importance of consciousness for the self. Consciousness is a vital part of the self. It means being aware of yourself and your thoughts. Through consciousness you can reflect on yourself and your mind. Without consciousness, you wouldn't be able to understand your own actions or feelings. Sigmund Freud, the founder of psychoanalysis, had his own theory about the self. He said the self consists of different parts: the id, the ego, and the superego. The id represents unconscious desires, the ego conscious thinking, and the superego moral ideas. These parts influence how we see ourselves and how we behave. In society, the self is often connected to roles and norms. You take on certain roles, like that of a student or friend, and these influence how you see yourself. Social expectations can help, but also hinder finding the true self. Every person must discover for themselves which roles they want to take on and how they see themselves. Existentialists like Jean-Paul Sartre viewed the self as something each person creates for themselves. They believed there is no fixed essence that defines us as humans. Instead, it is our responsibility to shape our lives and decide who we want to be. The self arises through the decisions we make. In the digital age, the question arises of how the self is perceived on social media and the internet. People often present themselves differently than in real life, and show only certain aspects of themselves. This can cause the image of the self to become distorted. It is increasingly important to distinguish between the digital self and the real self.